17 and knocks it down. Javon Clark with 2, and it's 17-14. BG by 3. Washington drives into the paint, draws the foul, count it. Draws the foul, that one up. 6-point lead, largest of the game for Bowling Green. 30 seconds to go. Here in the half, could play for about the last shot. There's maybe about a half-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Washington out front. Miami will go to the locker room trailing here. 18 seconds to go in the half. Zach Denny is on Eric Washington out front. 12 seconds to go in the half. 10. And Eric will go to work now with 8 seconds to shoot. Against Denny. Crosses over, drives into the paint. Little floater is up and good by Eric Washington for Miami. Gives it off to Washington across the timeline. 50 seconds gone by here in the second half. Still 31-27. Right side Bryant to the right corner. It goes to McClain out front to Washington. 24 seconds to shoot for Miami as Washington between the circles throws it right side to McClain. Out front to Bryant, left side to Washington again. Henderson on him, out front to Sullivan. Right wing it comes to Bryant. He'll hand it to McKnight. Out top to Washington with 10 to shoot. He'll back it up and call the 4-low offense as Washington against Henderson. Gets a screen to the right side. He'll fire a 19-footer and drain it. Miami leads at 35-31. Washington across the timeline. Led out top by Javon Clark. Dribbles to the left side off a screen. They get Gomez, and now Sullivan. To the right side it goes to Zach McCormick. He'll dribble once, feeds out top to Washington. 17 to shoot against Gomez. Takes him right to the rack, lays it off the glass and in. The big man missed. 13 and a 4-0 run by the Falcons. Makes it a 7-point game. Or check that, a 6-point game. 41-35. 9 minutes to go in the basketball game. Washington to the right side. McCormick at the wing. Dribbles out front to Bryant. Bryant will give it left side to Washington. Out front to Sullivan. Right side to McCormick. McCormick at the wing. Gives it to Bryant out front. He'll dribble once. Hand it to Willie Moore. Out front to Sullivan. Sully throws it right side to McCormick. Around the screen. Feeds out top to Bryant. Now to Washington with 9 to shoot. Working against Henderson. They double team. Now leave him alone for 3. And it's good. Joseph hits Holmes. He's going to try a 3 from the right side. It's no good. And Eric Washington with the rebound for Miami. 8:12 to go in the game. Washington. He's going to pull up for another one out front and knock another one down. That one is good. He's got 12. 59-53. 6-point game. Washington. He'll drive against Henderson. Gets to the rack. Puts it off the glass and in. Doesn't cut off. 5 seconds to shoot. Around a Hall screen. Deep 3 is off the iron. No good. Washington with the rebound. Will try and run the other way. Spins away from Jackson. Drives, hangs, fires, and scores. Eric Washington.
Jimmy Hall.
No, absolutely. Brewer drives past his man. Gets to the rack. Puts it off the glass. No good. Rebound. Washington chases it down for Miami. He'll take it down. Take it all the way to the rack. And a blocking foul will be called against Kent State. Had the rebound. Puts it up and in. He's got 3, and it's 27-22 Kent State. Washington the other way. Got by his man, puts it up, no good, and a foul call. Put it together. They lead it now by 8 at 35-27. Washington driving past his man, getting a little contact, missing the shot, but draw half second, or maybe to a second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Washington out front, guarded by Brewer. Getting a little space. 14 seconds to go in the half. Working against Brewer, getting space. Here comes McClain to set the screen. Hall commits a foul. Looking low, he'll drive low. Gets to the rack, reverse, little spin is no good. Rebound tapped out to Bryant. Down the floor to Washington. Washington taking it right to the rack and getting the roll. Eric Wall, 66-49. 17-point lead for the Golden Flashes. Willie Moore high on the left side with the basketball. At the wing, will back it out. Jackson on him defensively. He'll hand it, actually drive past his man, get to the rack, and a blocking foul will be called on there for Miami as Washington takes the inbounds. Brings it across the timeline. Shake and bake into the paint. He'll pull up 8 and get the bounce. Again, and Brewer drives, feeds to the left corner. Jackson, open 3 is no good. Rebound battled for and still loose and picked up by Giovanni McKnight. Down the floor it goes to Willie Moore. Back to Eric Washington for the layup and the deuce. Getting to the line here and making the most of it in the second half. Washington high on the left side for Miami. He'll drive into the paint. He'll go up, foul, count it, and 1. 74-71. Miami with the ball. Washington. Crossover dribble. Got to the rack. Draws the contact and will go to the line and shoot 2. Brewer driving to the right elbow, gives it to Jackson. Right corner three. He's off the iron, no good. Rebound. He is out of there to McCormick for Miami. Outlet pass to Washington, and a blocking foul called on Jackson. That a minute 10 to go in overtime. Tied at 79. Who wants it?
Need a basket. Big time. How about Will Sullivan going to work here a little bit?
Washington out between the circles. Akbar is on him defensively. 18 to shoot. We're under a minute to go in overtime. 15 to shoot. 52 on the game clock. Sullivan sets the screen for Washington. Top of the key. Shake and bake. Got mine. Fade away 17-footer's good.
Unbelievable right here now, brother.
McCormick will bring it in to Eric Washington. Washington will go to work. They look to play defense, splits the double team, gets it across the timeline, keeps the dribble. 26 seconds, and now finally Brewer will commit a foul. Looking to get it in. Close to and gets to Washington, and he is fouled by Brewer.
Out for Dickerson, an air ball. A little bit too much adrenaline going there. Back out Washington again, driving in again. This time he's met by Dickerson and chopped hard.
Great shot. Broke the defense down. The Falcons have to come out now, pressure the ball, and get a stop.
Miami was really aggressive defensively there. And there is, again, an aggressive play.
Deny pressure right now. You got to deny pressure right now.
Get it in relatively easily to Will Sullivan.
You got to pressure the ball.
15 on the shot clock.
Can't let them just play with it out front. You got to really pressure them.
Good possession game. Washington trying to make it three. Again, he gets to the basket and scores.
Well, and the half-court press he used against the Falcons was excellent.
Miami has played an excellent ball game tonight. Very much belying their record.
I'd rather have him on the interior in the mid-post range area to kind of get him in the feel of the game.
4 quick points for Ohio University.
This is that shuffle offense from Miami of Ohio. You'll see a lot of down screens, a lot of movement back and forth. Try to get some post setups. More importantly, the outside shots.
There's Washington. Willis step back and nails it.
You know, for Bean Willis, Dave, it's all about confidence. I saw him play early in the season.
Ooh.
And he was a different player.
For more information, visit renaissance.cleveland.com. Redhawks trying to cut into this 14-point lead. Washington back in the game. And Eric Washington draws the foul. It'll be a shooting college in South Carolina for John Cooper. Good pressure. They get the turnover. Washington attacks. Reverse goes.
Excellent. And what that did, that last possession.
Campbell trying to body up. Tosses it up. Good defense by Chris Bryant, giving away some size. Washington, speed. Tosses it up and draws a foul.
It starts at the...
He's from the Senegal in Monroe Junior College.
Speaks 5 languages. That's hard to comprehend.
I know.
Hard to comprehend, but the guy just loves the game of basketball, and he's still young in terms of his knowledge of the game. It's only going to get better. Great ceiling for that young man.
Redhawks will hold it for the final shot. Down 5 as we're inside of 5 seconds. Washington gets in the paint. Throws it up and in. Eric Washington, a circus. Gets the rebound. Now they're going to set it up. I think that's a good decision.
Yeah, absolutely. Down at the other end, that was one of those shots from Bean Willis. None of his players knew he was going to take that shot. They were not in position to offense or rebound. So, he's got to kind of get into the flow of this offense a little bit.
Sullivan stopped at the last instant there, and Washington gets it in. Boy, he gets inside with some nifty moves. Eric Washington setting up the offense to his liking. They've scored in transition. They've scored in the half court. It's been a very good first 10 minutes. There's Washington to the cup. Right around the corner and no.
and only a couple seniors for the Cardinals as well.
Calhoun into the ball game as Kamenicki goes to the bench. And there's an easy one for Washington.
And he came through.
You know, it's amazing that Kamenicki, his free throws, he's not a good free throw shooter, as we noted, but they're rarely way off the mark. They're usually just short, off the front of the rim. Really improved, even at 50%, much improved over previous years. Shot clock at 10, and now Washington shoots the three. Eric bounds and 3 assists.
Yep, they just subbed in for him. He needs a little rest. That's good. I don't expect him to sit out too long.
Inside pass to McClain. Miami's just been a little out of sync offensively today. Credit the Cardinals defense with that disruption.
That's right. They've been very aggressive on it. Kept their shooters under control. Shot clock winding down now. You watch for Washington on the pick and roll.
Washington leans in on Sellers, gets the contact. Sean thought he had 80% from the free throw line. Stolen away from Kiapway. Lead on the break. Washington with the finish, just as you. Turnovers get costly at this point in the game. 10 minutes to play.
They sure do. Can't give up possessions.
And there's Turner. Giovanni McKnight and Willie Moore for Miami. 6.5 minutes to play in the game. Washington drives it right to the bucket.
Sure is. Very rarely does he miss 2 in a row.
Tie game. Under 5 minutes to play. Ball State and Miami. Great rivals here in the Mid-American Conference. Both in desperate need of a win. Cardinals have dropped 5 in a row. Miami's lost 4 of the last 5. Shot clock at 5. Washington loses the handle on it, but he's 5 rebounds for Jeremiah Davis today. And Kamenicki.
But I tell you what, Mace, you can tell he's spending time over there with the shooting coaches and working on that.
It's a natural, smooth stroke, too.
Yeah.
And that big three at the very end of the first half against Akron. The Friday night game here a couple weeks back. Washington with 7 to shoot, elevates and scores over. Washington, the kick to Eustace. Batted up in the air, and another offensive rebound pulled down by McClain. And now Washington's left wide open and buries the triple. Nice strong move from Zach Garber. Garber's on the board. Washington slashes and drew the foul on Garber. His front court mate Booth tried to swing it to him on the inside. Nice idea, but didn't quite come off. And here's Eric Washington running the floor. Pops from the free throw line and has it dance in. I could use $900 right now.
Oh, man.
Mosley missed the front end. Rockets have made just 2 of their last 9 shots from the field.
They've gone cold, Mace. So with that being said, now you have to attack the rim.
Sullivan ran into trouble. Washington will set it up again. This is Caleb Wright. Now 6 to shoot. Washington's floater goes. They're favored to win. They'll be looking for revenge against Kent. They have a win over Buffalo.
All right there.
There's a steal, and Washington makes them pay.